escaping with their lives, Laman and Lemuel quickly turn on Nephi and Sam in anger. Why should they lose their lives for some silly brass plates? Well, the plates were necessary because in the Promised Land, they'd be spiritually lost without them. The brass plates contain the inspired words of the holy prophets, including Isaiah's most recent writings. He just finished writing all of his prophecies only a century before Lehi's family left Jerusalem. Nephi loved studying Isaiah and exclaimed, "My soul delights in the words of Isaiah." Now, many Bible scholars believe the book of Isaiah had more than one author because they feel there's no way Isaiah could have so accurately prophesied what happened to Jerusalem. I mean, he was exactly right. No one could know all that stuff. But because of the brass plates, we know that he did actually see and write about the future. So another key we can add to understanding Isaiah is the brass plates, some of which we have in the Book of Mormon. In fact, 414 verses of Isaiah's writings are quoted. That's a third of his entire book. Even better, many Book of Mormon prophets interpreted the passages they used. So a great way to study Isaiah is reading it side by side with the exact Book of Mormon text, comparing their differences, and especially studying the commentaries added by Lehi, Nephi, Jacob, Abinadi, and most importantly, the Savior. Combined together, we learn that next to the atonement of Christ, the major message of Isaiah is the restoration of the house of Israel in the last days, which is happening today because of the Book of Mormon. In fact, Isaiah even prophesies about the coming forth of the Book of Mormon in verses that are still a mystery to the rest of the world. While Isaiah narrates from chapter 29, let's watch Martin Harris's actual experience. The entire vision will be to you like the words of a sealed book, which, when they give it to the one who is literate, saying, "Please read this," he will say, "I cannot, because it is sealed." Then the book will be given to one who is illiterate, saying, "Please read this." Therefore I will again do a marvelous work among this people, a marvelous work and a wonder. In that day, the deaf shall hear the words of the book, and the eyes of the blind shall see out of obscurity and out of darkness. Yes, some very learned men did verify the authenticity of Egyptian-like characters from the gold plates, but couldn't read it because most of the book was sealed. However, Joseph Smith, an uneducated farm boy, did read and translate the unsealed portions of the book through the gift and power of God, bringing about the modern-day work and wonder of restoring Jesus' church to earth and allowing the deaf and blind, those who don't know Christ, to get to know him through the Book of Mormon. Okay, do you remember in The Wizard of Oz when Oz, the great and powerful, is exposed as a little old man behind a curtain? Well, likewise, Isaiah pulls back the curtain on Satan so we see who he really is. An old man and a big bully with no lasting power. Calling Satan Lucifer, his name before his rebellion, Isaiah prophesied, "O Lucifer, son of the morning, how you are cut down to the ground. You who weakened the nations, for you said in your heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. Yet you shall be brought down to hell. Those who see you will stare, saying, Is this the man who made the earth tremble? Who shook kingdoms?" Yes, when we finally see Satan for who he really is, we'll only stare in amazement at the ultimate nothingness of the father of all lies compared with the grandeur of God. Finally, in Isaiah 28 we read, "The word of the Lord was to them precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little." So perhaps as we read and study Isaiah, or any of the scriptures for that matter, we need the occasional reminder to not allow ourselves to feel overwhelmed, and instead allow the Lord, whose Spirit may reveal all, to aid us in the process as we learn line upon line. And hopefully, with regular study and prayer, one day our souls, like Nephi, will delight in the words of Isaiah. In next week's study of Isaiah, the Lord opens the floodgates of mercy and hope.